Hey there and welcome. Today we're going to tackle some of the trickiest little words in English. Prepositions. Seriously, getting these right is a total game changer for sounding polished and professional at work. All right, let's just dive right in.
Right? It's a question so many English learners ask. You can talk about complex business ideas, no problem, but then you freeze up wondering if it's on the table or in the table. It's a super common frustration, but don't you worry, we are going to clear all of that up today.
I want you to think of this as more than just a grammar lesson. This is a professional skill upgrade. We're going to take these little trip-ups and turn them into opportunities to make your communication that much sharper and way more confident.
So before we jump into those really tricky phrases that you just have to memorize, let's build a solid foundation first. And the easiest place to start is with prepositions of location, because they actually follow some pretty clear and logical rules.
Okay, let's break this down into 3 simple ideas. Just think of it like this. You use on for any kind of surface, like a desk, a wall, the floor. You use in for any enclosed space. Think a room, a box, even a whole city. And you use at for a really specific point or location, like at the front door.
Let's put that rule to the test right now. A table is a surface, right? You put things on top of it. And that's exactly why the documents are always on your table, not in it. Unless you have a desk with drawers, but that's a whole other story.
And here's another perfect example. A lobby isn't a surface you stand on top of, it's an enclosed space with walls and a ceiling. That's why you're always waiting in the lobby. See how that works? When you start thinking about the type of space, the right word just clicks into place.
Awesome. Now that we've got those location rules down, let's move on. We're about to go into a rapid-fire round of common office phrases. Now for these, the logic kind of goes out the window. These are more about fixed expressions you just have to know.
Ah, a classic. This one is huge. Whenever you're talking about a skill, it could be using Excel, public speaking, anything, the correct fixed phrase is always good at something. It signals you're skilled at that specific activity. Okay, this one's all about people versus things. You can be angry at a situation, like I'm angry at the traffic. But when you're talking about that feeling towards a person or a group, the preposition is always with. So the client is angry with us.
Here's another little location rule, but this one's for verbs about movement. You always arrive at a specific building or a place, like an office, an airport, or a station. For bigger places like cities or countries, you'd use in, like we arrived in Tokyo.
Oh, I see this one in business emails all the time. It's simple. The word responsible is always, and I mean always, followed by the preposition for. She's responsible for the team, responsible for the budget, responsible for the project. Always for.
You want to sound really buttoned up and professional in your writing? This is a key phrase to get right. The correct, standard, formal expression is always in response to. It's like you're creating a direct link from your answer to their original question.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. That is a lot of rules and corrections. So how do you actually make this all stick without just memorizing endless lists? Well, I'm going to share one really powerful strategy that goes way beyond the rules. So here it is. This is the real secret. Stop trying to just memorize lists of rules. You need to start absorbing the language. Real fluency comes from getting a feel for the natural rhythm and the patterns, and you build that instinct by just listening to how native speakers actually talk. And here's a super simple way to do that. First, in your next meeting, just listen. Pay attention to how your colleagues connect these little words. Second, when you're watching a movie, tune your ear to the prepositions. You'll start to notice patterns, like how responsible is always followed by for, and your brain will just learn the rule naturally without you even trying.
Whew. Okay, we have covered a ton of ground. So before we finish up, let's do one last super quick review to really lock in these key phrases and give your confidence a little boost.
All right, one last time, let's run through the correct versions. Remember, it's on the table, in the lobby, good at a skill, angry with a person, arrive at a building, responsible for a task, and in response to an inquiry. You totally got this.
And there you have it. The real learning, of course, starts now. My advice, don't try to master them all at once. Just pick one, maybe it's responsible for or good at, and really focus on using it correctly this week. So which one will it be? Thanks so much for joining me.